Free tax preparation assistance, healthy cooking classes, and parents helping teachers in classrooms. It's all a part of an effort between the United Way of Metropolitan Chicago and the Brighton Park Neighborhood Council to help residents in that community overcome challenges like low graduation rates, poverty, and poor health. Brandis Friedman explains how.
9.5-year-old Andres Chavez is working his way from a yellow belt to an orange belt in Taekwondo.
The first thing you have to do is you have to follow the teacher and the moves, and if you pass the test, you get the belt each year.
His favorite part?
My favorite part is when you could do all the kicks, because when I was first learning, I just kicked like this.
But now the third grader says his kicks are much higher. Andres says his mom enrolled him in the class to learn self-defense.
If something goes wrong with me, my mother says I should learn something, because one time in recess, me and my friend got into a fight and I got beat up.
His teacher, Janeth Velasquez, says that's part of why Taekwondo is good for kids at this Brighton Park school, to teach discipline and violence prevention.
It's discipline, and at the same time it's teaching you just to use it when you need it, like defense, not just because I want to beat up this kid, like bullying and stuff.
And teaching kids to pick up healthy habits like physical activity is part of what the United Way's Live United Neighborhood Network does, specifically in the Brighton Park neighborhood.
To coordinate services that are needed to make sure that kids stay on track at school and graduate, people find jobs, health care is available and accessed, and to do it in a very coordinated way inside of a school. United Way CEO Wendy DeBow explains the program is a comprehensive approach to providing services that this community wasn't receiving. It's not enough just to provide an out-of-school time resource program activity for a child. You also want to make sure that that child eventually will have career pathways and will graduate school and go to college or go to a job that's got a good family-sustaining wage. So United Way began working with a community partner, in this case the Brighton Park Neighborhood Council, to figure out what services were needed and how to provide them.
High concentrations of poverty. The majority of the kids, are somewhere between 95 to 98% of all the kids in public schools in our neighborhood are eligible for free reduced lunches. There's a high need. There's, a lot of kids are eligible for kid care and other kinds of public aid. Taekwondo falls under the health pillar. A second pillar is education.
What do they want us to do? Yes, Carla.
Providing academic tutoring for students, English as a second language classes for parents, and the Parent Mentor program.
It takes a parent, a very active parent, it trains them. Through the program they receive training on classroom management, on content in the classroom, curriculum, and they work hand in hand with a teacher, providing an extra set of eyes, extra set of hands, and they really work to support the educational environment in the classroom.
Bernice Diaz is a parent mentor here at Burroughs School.
I'm teaching the upper grades and we're doing math, the subject's math. And as of right now we're doing long divisions. We're gonna go into algebra.
Having gone to Burroughs herself, Diaz now has 2 sons in school here. By helping out at the school, she receives a stipend funded by Mesero Financial, a United Way partner, and she gets a little extra time with her own children.
That's the reason why I'm doing this as well, because it helps me be closer to my kids during the hours that they're here. I go check on them too. When my kids are in lunch, I go and I help them out as well.
Another important pillar for the neighborhood network is income. For example, the program works with the Center for Economic Progress to bring in tax preparation assistance that's not only free, but likely higher quality than what those families would have otherwise received. Last year's pilot for 1 week served 70 families and brought in $140,000 in tax credits and refunds. This year, assistance lasts through April 15th, and the goal is to help 400 families receive $2 million in credits and refunds. Many people don't know about the earned income tax credit and if they're eligible for it, and then how to actually file for it, right? And so that's another $2,000 in someone's pocket, and so that's money that can be saved, and that's where some of the financial education comes into. As part of the network, several schools in the neighborhood function as community centers where both parents and students get the services they need. And if it takes a village, everyone here does their part. Taekwondo instructor Janeth Velasquez makes sure students are also earning good grades.
They have to have A's and B's. They have to do their chores in their house, and behaving school and in their house.
How do you know that they do all that?
I talked to their parents. They had to sign a waiver and come talk to me.
While earning their next belt. For Chicago Tonight, I'm Brandis Friedman.
The United Way of Metropolitan Chicago has invested $500,000 into Brighton Park's Live United Neighborhood Network program and says it plans to increase that investment annually. A similar program officially launches in West Chicago in the fall, and the organization aims to launch in 8 more neighborhoods in the Chicago area.